back out here again, another bright and early morning. The boys from Friscardo Concrete just got here and we're getting ready to pour this back porch slab. Boys, I am going to be excited because that is the key to the unlock and the rest of this puzzle. We're going to be able to get this wall framed in after that and have an enclosed shop because it's getting awful cold out here. Concrete's here. Gonna have this thing poured before the sun's even up.
Yeah, I feel better. We should make it there. Still pretty tight. That's better. Bring it, Cam! Don't stop bringing it, man! Right! You're leaving Parker in an aisle and everyone's putting up Parker! I'm gonna do some. Huh? Yeah. Alright, cut her off. Let me pull a little back and see where they're at. Let me make sure they're down. I don't want to go. One more. Good. Break, damn break. Break, damn break. It's so high there. One more. One more.
Coming down to the wire. These guys do quick work.
from the edges.
These gloves I can't grab with my back. Parker, come here. I want to drop the trailer.
I'll wipe it off.
Have finesse, Parker. You gotta have finesse. Cam, get a rag and wipe off his gutter and stuff. I got an idea. I'm gonna take an old pump sprayer and I'm gonna mount that to that so I can just strap it on.
There you go.
We're slowly figuring it out. Well, the only reason why is the handle keeps coming off on me. I'm getting sick of smashing my toe. It didn't help that the brand new DeWalt airline I bought doesn't want to hold air, so you gotta hold it on the top.
Yeah, the valve's loose.
The valve's loose on the actual hose, so it leaks.
Beautiful.
Take it away, Meister.
Look at that. Another fantastic job from Foscardo Concrete. These guys do killer work. I mean, this thing is really nice and flat. They did it all by hand. They know exactly what I'm wanting here. Normally on an outside slab like this, because remember, this isn't going to be enclosed. So normally on an outside slab, you would put a broom finish on this or something. But I plan on still working out here on this porch area and eventually maybe potentially enclose it. so I didn't want a broom finish. So they laid me down a nice tight finish still. It still has some air in it, I guess. I'm not 100% up on my concrete lingo, so I know that the mixture for out here is different than the mixture that we used inside. Both were a 4,000 PSI mix with a very fine fiberglass reinforce in it. So he told me the numbers that these things were breaking at after 7 days, and it was pretty impressive. So I'm real happy with it, and I think that it's going to be an awesome floor, and I'm super excited to start working on it. All right, so we got our nice clean floor here. You guys saw me pressure wash it off there. What I didn't show you is I took the old SRAM air compressor there and I blew out all the joints afterwards, and I've given it a couple days to get good and dry. Now the low temperatures are making this job take much longer than it would in the summertime. But we got to seal up all these control joints now. The purpose of these saw cuts in the floor is to help control where the floor cracks at, because one thing you can be sure of when you pour concrete is it absolutely 100% will crack somewhere. So you put these control cuts in there, and they don't go very deep. They're like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches on a 6-inch slab. And that way, if the concrete gets stressed, which it undoubtedly will, it'll crack in those nice pretty lines and not make a gap, and the rebar and whatever else will help keep it on the same plane, and you won't have one slab lift or move or spread away from each other. But those control joints make it look nice and neat here in the floor. Ideally, you'd come back in a year or two and all of these control joints would be actually broken. If you could look down inside that joint, you would see the actual concrete underneath the control joint is cracked in there, and that actually means that it's done its job. So we want to seal those all up though, because I don't want any dirt or water or chemicals or whatever else that I'm going to spill on this floor. I don't want any of them getting down in those cracks, and the concrete down there in those cuts is more porous, so things can soak into the concrete better down there, versus this finish is a little tighter and doesn't allow things to penetrate as much. But B, if I wouldn't have this slab heated at some point, water can get down in those cracks and freeze and pop and bust the top layer of the concrete apart. Water and freezing has the power to destroy everything. So we're going to take some good sealer here. This is the stuff that the concrete guys recommended me. This is the stuff that Fiscardo Concrete recommended to me, and I've talked to several people that have used it. It's supposed to be top-notch stuff, so I got a case of that and bummed a Milwaukee sausage gun off of a buddy of mine, and we are going to go ahead and caulk these floors up and seal them up. Now, I have spoken to the people that have done this a whole bunch, and they said the best technique is to just pump it in the joint and leave it up high and then come back and cut it off. I think I cut the angle of this tip wrong. I gotta get it more straight. All right, so there's our first joint. And if you're saying to yourself, well, man, all that sticking up above the crack is wasted, you're not wrong. And I am wasting material to do this, but everybody I've talked to that's done it says that that's the best way to do it. If you try to take a tool right now and like smear it down or lay it down in there, all you end up doing is smearing it all over the floor, and it makes a big smeared mess, and it's really hard to get off, I guess, once it's smeared in. But like, even they said if you just dropped a gob on the floor, as long as you don't touch it, you can come back tomorrow and it'll peel off. But if you smear it, it really works its way into the pores of the concrete, and it's like impossible to get off. So this is seems to be the best way to do it. If you guys have input or have done this type of work before, especially using this product, let me know. But unfortunately, it's going to be too late by the time you guys see it. But it's always good to have in the holster for future reference. But that's one joint of many, many joints in this floor. So we got to get to work. Alrighty. I just got finished cutting off all the excess caulk, and I'll tell you what, I'm pretty darn happy with it. It turned out really nice. There's a couple little places I have to touch up, like right there. You can see that empty joint that it didn't stick in that spot for some reason, so I have to clean that back out and reinstall it there, and then maybe one or two small areas where I just didn't get it full enough, so it didn't cut off level, but not too shabby for my first go at that. Of course, like anything that you've never done before, you struggle at first, and then about the time you're finishing up, then you kind of figure out the technique. And if you had to do another building, it would be much easier. But that knowledge will probably be lost by the time you ever need that skill set again. So it is what it is, but I'm happy. Got the guys from Edgel Construction back out here today. Finally getting the back wall framed in now that the concrete's in. We're gonna have a closed-in shop here before long. Got her just about finished up here now. Had to kick the light plan on, but about got her licked. Got some garage doors finally going in. We've got doors! We've got doors! Look at that. We've got not one, not two, but three 14 by 14 insulated garage doors with openers, mounted, ready to go. This is awesome. This is super exciting. This is a major step forward in the usability factor of this shop. It's kind of been like a present sitting under the Christmas tree until we get these doors on here. I've just been staring at it and I really couldn't utilize the shop properly until we had some doors on it because it's such a pain to pull things in and out. There's plenty of work left to do yet. I can't pull too much in here and start working on too many projects in here because I want to get the insulation and the wall tin up first so that I'm not creating a cluster in here. Basically, I want to keep myself plenty of room in here to get the tin work done. Otherwise, if I don't do it now, it'll never get done. All right, everybody, that's the latest update with the shop, so you can see where we're at now. There are some little surprises lingering in the background here that I don't want to give away too much about. But anyways, as usual, guys, if you like this video, do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up button down below. It doesn't cost you guys a thing, and it really helps out the channel and helps me to keep doing what I'm doing and making these videos for you guys. If you guys want to help support the channel in another way, head on over to dieselcreek.com. Pick yourself up some sweet merchandise. We've got hats, t-shirts, hoodies, beer koozies, the works over at the store, dieselcreek.com. Link down in the description. But anyway, that's all I got. So until the next time, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one.